Actually, today I want to greet my viewers with another liberal message from such a liberal politologist like me, Abram. Actually, today I've seen that so-called sensation from that WikiLeaks.org, so much advertised by right-wing CNN, host Larry King, and that was Anderson Cooper. The so-called leakages from Pentagon, about 90,000 miles long document about U.S. military operations in Afghanistan. 90,000 pages of U.S. troops reports. I've seen those documents. I actually myself downloaded those documents from that's WikiLeaks.org. And those documents are very murky and unclear kind of documents, and most of them they look like they have been edited. Actually, I do believe that this is actually kind of falsification or kind of leakage, specially organized by Pentagon or by the CIA as well, in order to kind of whitewash American operations in Afghanistan. Because from those documents, the reports I have seen, there is not a single indication of any crime being committed or anybody being murdered. Like it's an indication of that was reports were just there is a mention of a Russian telephone being found by U.S. Special Forces, and we've been firefight with Afghan National Police, and we actually confronted Taliban. But most interesting account of events is given by BBC and also by Guardian company, Guardian that UK.co, and BBC says that Afghanistan warlocks, Task Force Taliban, Task Force 373, it's U.S. Special Forces hunting Taliban, and use, and again I quote with BBC, Guardian.co.uk website. Where anybody can go and verify, read this article called Afghanistan Warlogs. It's by Nick Davis from Guardian.co.uk. It says that the NATO coalition in Afghanistan can be used in an undisclosed black unit of special forces, Task Force 373, to hunt down targets for death or detention without trial. The details of more than 2,000 significant from Taliban and Al-Qaeda are held on for capture or kilo capture list. The logs reveal that TF-373, it's kind of code for U.S. Special Force used by Guardians. Where they define, I have no idea, because it's nowhere in those. It was downloaded log from WikiLeaks.org. It says that TF-373 killed civilian men, women, and children in Afghan police officers who strayed into their path. Well, actually, the Guardian claims that leaked war logs reveal details of deadly missions of TF-373 and we hunted down targets, JPL targets, that were previously hidden behind a screen of misinformation. But it definitely has not a single mention of TF-373 in those logs. You may check them, download them yourself from WikiLeaks.org, and I downloaded the largest chunk of those, the largest file available, 75 megabytes. Was actually, I believe that unfortunately it's those logs, they don't give no confirmation of any civilian women, children, or men being killed or captured in assassination targets whatsoever, or any human rights offenses or our crime being committed. But recent anti-war.com and BBC report stated that in the province of Helmland, Afghan President Karzai recognized that United States Air Force, had dropped air bombs or attacked or actually used missiles in attack against civilian building occupied by civilians and killed about 40 people in the recent attack. You can read it at bbc.com, bbc.co or antiwar.com. That 40 Afghan civilians were murdered in cold blood, practically from a house from which nobody was firing. And I believe that in that case there is no justification for atrocities against peaceful populations that kind of committed by American forces. It's outrageous, or British forces, because there is some international accords that prohibit murder of civilians, and if actually I believe that United Nations should bring the kind of justice system or International War Crimes Tribunal investigators from The Hague, in order to investigate those occasions of murder of civilians and indict was responsible Western soldiers or officers ordered or executed with illegal order to kill civilians. I believe there is a military code of justice in the United States, and those military officers and soldiers are responsible for being sane and normal people, and wouldn't smear only by killing innocent civilians, for which we will be held liable in any court of law. I believe that those who commit these atrocities should be brought to justice by United States military justice or by International War Crimes Tribunal in The Hague. But I believe it's outrageous, of course, and consequences will be, of course, horrible, because there will be more rise in suicidal terrorism in Afghanistan and Pakistan. More suicidal terrorists will blow themselves up, and here presence of Western troops or Afghan government forces, and more likely oil prices will go up as well, and retail gasoline prices will go up as well. United States and United Kingdom and Western Europe, because this war must stop. And I urge Democratic President Obama to confirm his commitment to democratic causes and to withdraw U.S. troops to avoid for casualties on both sides. The United States actually fully fulfilled, carried out the military force of cleaning most Afghan large areas from Taliban, have actually supported the presidency of that moderate Muslim Karzai presidency, and we upheld kind of fledgling Afghan democracy and kept Taliban from taking over Afghanistan. That's for sure. And so we fulfilled, we carried out the political goal successfully, and we will cost them 1,000 casualties, so that was the price of victory. But actually, so I believe that war should be carried out by Afghan forces. If Afghan military wants to fight, we should fight it on their own. And it's cost too expensive for United States Congress, $30 billion a year, and it should be stopped, and U.S. troops should be withdrawn from Afghanistan as soon as possible, because in order to save at least civilians from casualties, where atrocities being committed, and further human casualties, and to establish peace in Afghanistan.